Welcome to another Friday edition of Life Experiences with William Pelarenos right here on WRMN 1410 AM, broadcasting live out of beautiful downtown Elgin. We are here with Matthew on the boards. Matthew, what is our call-in number?
847-931-1410.
Those that follow us on YouTube?
YouTube.com at WRMN Radio.
And they have the capabilities of texting comments and questions.
That's right, 505-926-1410.
All right, you got your contact info. I am so happy to have a wonderful young lady here today as my guest. She is not only the author of this book, very, very interesting book called Disappear, and the subtitle is Stories of Adolescence and Mental Health. Her name is Kelly Tansor. Not only is she a novelist, but she is a professional musician. She plays at bars and restaurants. Kelly, welcome to the show.
Hi, Bill. Thanks for having me.
All right. Before we get to the book, I'm very interested in your playing at bars and restaurants, professional. I know I saw a YouTube video. You play the piano, correct?
Yes.
And you play a variety of songs, as well as you got a harmonica to accompany some of the songs?
Yeah, a few of them, yeah.
Yeah. So when you play at bars and you play the piano, do you play another instrument?
I like to mess around on ukulele. I don't normally bring that to bars lately, but that's always fun.
I seen a video where you're playing the piano and the harmonica is stationed in front of you, so you're alternating, correct?
Right, so I have a little doohickey that I lay on my over my head, on my shoulders, and it kind of keeps the harmonica in place, and I play while playing the harmonica at the same time.
Doohickey, is that the scientific name?
Sure.
Matthew, can you give me two doohickeys?
Look up doohickey on Guitar Center.
Two doohickeys with whipped cream and cherries on top, please. Yeah. So anyways, that sounds brilliant. I don't mean to make fun of it, but I saw the video. I saw a little blurb on YouTube from one of the restaurants you play at. And they hire you usually Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights, correct?
Yeah, usually.
Yeah, that's a nice entertainment. Usually you do 1 and 2 hour blocks, right?
1, 2. Sometimes I've done 3 before.
You've done a 3 hour block?
Yeah. I mean, I have a 10 or 15 minute breaks in between, but yeah, the longest I've done is 3 hours.
All right. I got a partial list of the songs that you play. I took them off one of the sites. These are some of the songs I like. Mary Jane's Last Dance by Tom Petty.
Love Tom Petty.
Okay, me too. Don't Stop Believin'. That's Journey?
Yep, that's always fun to do.
Yes, Journey's a great band from the 80s. This is one of my favorites. REO's Keep On Loving You. Mm-hmm. Yes. When you play this on the piano, do you also sing along or no?
No, I play and sing it, yes.
You do sing it?
Yes.
Oh, very talented young lady. Okay, and then, of course, the Eagles Hotel California.
Done that once or twice, yeah. That's always fun.
Walking in Memphis.
I haven't played that one live yet, but I do want to, hopefully incorporate that into a show soon.
Okay. One of my favorites, Mr. Bob Seger, Old Time Rock and Roll.
That's always a fun one to do.
Do you, besides this one, you play any other Bob Seger tunes?
Just that one for now.
Just that one, okay. You know, I noticed your list bounces through different genres, but this is pretty cool. But I just picked out the ones that I like. Billy Joel's Piano Man from the 70s.
Oh, you got to have Piano Man on there.
You're playing the piano. You might as well. Mm-hmm. Matthew, did you bring that piano in from the U-Haul?
I couldn't.
You couldn't lock it in?
Heavy, yeah.
You didn't have a skateboard to put the rollers in?
I wasn't prepared, sorry.
Okay. So we got, you brought your harmonica though, right?
I did, yes.
Yeah, let's take a quick peek at it for those of us following on YouTube.
So for anyone who doesn't know, if you want to change keys, you have to have an entirely different harmonica. So I have a bunch of them here. Let's pull out this one.
And what key is there?
C.
C? Mm-hmm. So if you're going from the key of C, say, to the key of F, you got to jump harmonicas, right? Mm-hmm. Very interesting. I did not know that. So you got a collection of what, 7 there? 1,
2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 7.
7 harmonicas, lucky 7s. And you bring that when you play your shows.
Right.
Yeah. You know, I noticed some of these restaurants you played. Actually, I've been to this one. Tony D's on North Avenue in Elmwood Park. Very good food. Upscale restaurant. Very nice. They got valet parking in front. So, that's the North Avenue there, west of Harlem, is the restaurant row for Elmwood Park. You got Tony D's, you got a Chinese restaurant, you got Johnny's Beef, you got Italian place, Spazzico's right next door. You got, the Chinese is New Star Buffet. I had to think of that. I'm doing it from memory. Very good restaurants, all of them. I've eaten all of them. It's very interesting. But Friday, Saturdays, they are jam-packed. Mm-hmm. If you're playing at these places, you're busy.
Yeah.
You're busy.
I will say the staff at Tony D's is great too.
I'm sorry?
The staff at Tony D's is also great.
Oh, the staff? They're usually very good to the performers that come.
Right.
I was there one night and a guitarist was playing some tunes, but it was actually a business meeting. It was great food, good music, but it was a mistake when you're trying to have a meeting and talking to people while they're playing Bob Seger, you know?
Hard to focus.
Other places you played at is Open Mic, Coffee House, and Tea House in Antioch, Illinois.
Nice.
Matthew, have you been there?
Antioch?
Yes.
Yes.
Have you been to this Open Mic Coffee and Tea House?
No.
Well, you got to stop by there when she's there.
No. That sounds good. I'm a big coffee drinker, so.
Didn't you also do a book signing here, or is it a different coffee house?
No, I did a book signing there once, yeah.
Oh, that was nice. Oh, Fox's, what is this?
Fox's Den Meadery. So kind of like a brewery, but for mead. It's like a sparkling beer kind of thing.
Okay, that's in
Really nice.
Yorkville. So this other one on your list is Scratch on Lake in Oak Park, Illinois. Is that correct?
Yeah, I've played there twice.
Okay, and Take Flight Spirits in Skokie, Illinois.
Mm-hmm. Played there once.
I spent a lot of time in Skokie. I got a lot of lawyers that have offices down there and have meetings with them.
Skokie's great.
Yeah, and in the neighborhood of Wicker Park in the city, you have Davenport's. I think I've been there. Is that by North and Western there, or Fullerton and Western?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Okay. I think I've been there. There's a bar someplace in there, and I don't go to drink. I'm not a drinker, but they have pinball machines, like 40 of them.
I know what you're talking about. That's Emporium. It's like an arcade bar kind of thing. It's so fun.
Yeah, but it's not one you have to bring your own quarters.
Right.
So I bring like 4 rolls of quarters. But they don't care if you're drinking or not. No. You know, I went to a bar before COVID, and I wanted to play pinball. Just want to play pinball in my recollections from the 70s. And it was in Niles, and the lady says, oh, the machines are free. You just have to buy a drink. And I said, okay, give me a bottle of water. They didn't have bottled water. I said, well, do you have a non-alcoholic beverage? Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi. Oh, only in the fountain. I go, no, I really want a can. She didn't have it. So I looked at the guy sitting next to me. I go, what's he drinking? Miller Lite. I said, okay, I'm going to buy him a drink. That drink goes towards my playing the machines. Because as long as I buy a drink, what does she care who drinks it? Yeah. So I bought the guy a drink. So after I got done playing, he goes, hey, you're a really nice guy. Can I have another one?
I do like that bars now have like a 2-item limit and not a 2-drink limit, because there are people like you that don't drink, but they want to, go out and enjoy themselves. So. Yeah,
well, they got their own rules, Every restaurant's different. I went to one restaurant on Veterans Day. It was late. I was hungry. I had so many events to go to. And they wouldn't let me in. Do you know why?
Why?
Because it's a minimum of 2 people at a table. Did you ever hear this?
I've never heard of that.
Yes, and I won't name the place, but I did put them on a Yelp about that to warn other people. You got to have. I said I get cash. I'll pay whatever the fee is. I'll order 2 meals. No, they wouldn't let me.
Like, why does it matter how many people are with you?
I don't know. They all got their rules, and you know what? They have the right to serve or deny service to anybody. So I'm not going to argue. But anyways. That's great. If somebody wants to get a hold of you, we got their card, Matthew, don't we? Mm-hmm. We can put her contact information if you want to get a hold of her. Kelly Tansor, there she is. Read that Gmail there, will you?
K-Tansor2, so K, my last name, the number 2, at Gmail.
At gmail.com. So K-Tansor, Tansor 2, the number 2, at gmail.com. with a phone number of 773-663-1698. If you're following us on YouTube, the card is up. And then we're going to flip over to the back where she's got some social media on there that she's on. Oh, there she is. Go ahead with that.
Got Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube there. Instagram, just my name. Facebook, my name, Kelly Tansor Music. And then YouTube, because I'm terrible at names, Kelly Kel. Easy enough.
So it's Kelly Kel. Very interesting. But I found you just by, I think I did a search engine on YouTube. I put Kelly Tansor. You popped right up with that with that video. So
yeah, just Google my name. You can find anything.
If any of you restaurant or bar owners want to have Kelly play for you, she's very talented. It's good to have you musician out here, got eclectic type of music. Let's talk about this book now. Let's go over Disappear. This is on Amazon.com. I bought it from Amazon. This is my copy that she's going to sign at the commercial break. And I started reading the first chapter. And what you write here is stories of adolescence and mental health. But the character in your first story, and I don't want to get too deep into this, but your first character suffers from a sleep disorder. She's a 16-year-old girl suffering from a sleep disorder, and she starts going to those sleep clinics for sleep apnea and stuff like that. But what happens to her doesn't have to be towards adolescence. I got a lot of friends that have had sleep disorders. Anybody, a 40-year-old man, a 50-year-old lady, anybody can have a sleep disorder. And really, just because her protagonist is a 16-year-old girl doesn't mean that these events that happen to your characters don't happen to adults. Because a lot of people, including myself, have a hard time sleeping. It's just, for me, it's 27 years of working midnights. For other people, it's stress, problems with work, problems at home. If you're stressed out, it's really hard to go to sleep. I'm going to tell you something. And I'm glad you put that story first. Now, you have a total of how many different stories in this book?
12 total.
12 total. And each story involves a different character with a different problem, correct?
Right.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So tell us a little bit of what inspired you to write this book.
So I've written short stories since I'd say middle or high school, and there was always in the back of my mind, like, it'd be nice to actually, publish a book one day. I still remember as young as like 4th or 5th grade, my mom even telling me, you could be the next J.K. Rowling, and I know that's something I've always enjoyed doing. I've always enjoyed writing stories, and one day I kind of realized, I have a lot of short stories here, and a lot of them seem to center around mental health. That just kind of is what happened. So I'm like, what if I put out a whole collection of these and just focused on like the mental health aspects of it? And that way I can put a book out that I would have loved to have read back in middle and high school, because that's when I first started getting into reading. So even though, like you said, it is adolescence, but everyone can suffer from any number of, like, not even sleep disorders, any mental health struggles. So there's stuff about grief, there's stuff about imposter syndrome, sleep disorders, like I mentioned, eating disorders. Anyone at any age could, I don't want to say suffer from these, but like deal with them, So even though
Kelly, we all suffer one way or another.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Yeah,
So,
even though like anyone can suffer from these at any time in their life, there is a focus on, like I said, middle and high school students having these. So it definitely appeals to that demographic. But I think anyone can relate to any of these, really.
did you know any people that had sleep disorders or eating disorders in your life that you inspired you to write?
I did have people close to me that suffered from eating disorders. I don't want to tell their story, of course. I know people in my family, my friends that have sleep disorders. I myself have night terrors, so it's something I was able to draw from personal experience.
I know a friend of mine suffered from the sleep apnea, and there's 2 ways you could do sleep apnea to be tested by the doctor. One, you go to this sleep center where they wire you up and you sleep for 4 hours or whatever it is. And then 2, there's an at-home kit. It's a monitor. You put it on your fingers. It monitors you somehow after you fall asleep. And he told me that it worked for him so he could get a prescription, because before he could get prescriptions or diagnosed as sleep apnea, he had to go through these tests. And that's it's a medical requirement. So what your first story involving the young lady with the sleep apnea, I understand what my friend went through, so really hit a spot. Now, you said, I got to get through the rest of the stories, but you said you had one of the other stories was eating disorder, too much or too little food?
It's kind of hinted at that she kind of restricted it, so like not enough food.
Not enough food?
Mm-hmm.
So it becomes like anorexic?
Yeah.
You know, very famous singer Karen Carpenter died of that. Oh, you're familiar with the Karen Carpenter story?
Yeah.
Yes, she was so frail. She was less, I think, than 90 pounds when she died.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe less. We're going to have to look that up. But she was a very talented young lady with an eating disorder. And then there's the flip side of eating disorders. When I was a policeman and they made me angry, I used to go eat and I forgot what I ate. I was so upset I forgot what I ate.
Binge eating at that point.
Binge eating, that's the term I was looking for. And now I like fine dining. Right, Matthew?
Yeah.
How many restaurants do we review? Dozens.
Oh my goodness, yes, many.
Yes. So anyways, before we go to commercial break, what do you got, 2.5 minutes?
We got 5 minutes.
Oh, good, 5 minutes. All right. Finish your stories. Okay, so we got a young lady with a sleep disorder. We have, a young man or a woman with the eating disorder. Who is that? Who's your protagonist in that one?
It's a young girl, and it's kind of centered more around she's been in treatment, and now she's kind of coming back to the quote-unquote real world, so trying to get back into feeling normal. Because the thing with eating disorder books, I noticed when I was first reading stories like that, it almost sounded like a how-to guide, and I didn't want that. So I wanted to focus more on, like, what's it like to be in recovery from something like that, you know?
Yes, I understand. What's your next character go through? What type of situation?
I'd have to look at what order I put these in. So I know there was one where a girl has kind of like, it's not really a diagnosis, but sort of like a perfectionist sort of mentality, and that kind of leads to sort of a hair pulling kind of disorder. There is a term for that. Some people call it hair pulling disorder. The real term is trichotillomania, which is a mouthful and a half to say. So there's stories about that.
On the job, when I was a policeman, I had a sergeant who was a perfectionist, but he didn't pull his hair. He couldn't afford it. Everything had to be perfect with this guy. He'd eat right at the 4-hour mark on an 8-hour shift. As soon as that time came, 12 noon, that's when he started lunch. Everything was meticulous. So I'm glad I don't work for him no more. But go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
There's also a girl who goes through her first breakup. There's the very last story deals with grief. A girl suffers a sudden loss in her family. There was a story where a young man is trying to decide what he wants to do for college, if anything. And I don't want to give too much away, but something happens in his family that kind of nails it in his head that I got to get my act together. I got to focus on what's important, you know?
You know what? That college thing that brings back memories from when I was in high school decades ago. When you're, it starts hitting home when you're a sophomore or junior. What am I going to do? So I was, confused like a lot of young people are, and I'm glad you put these stories together. And I went to see the career counselor. I thought the skies would open up and he'd give you, this is the answer, the Almighty talking to you. This is they couldn't answer me.
No.
You have to figure out your own way in life. You have to write down what your goals are. It's just my opinion. Write down what your goals are. Write down what you want to do, what you want to try to do, and then see how you can head in that direction. Right. And I did everything, and it comes back to me. I did everything I wanted to do. I wrote down in high school. I've done it. I wanted to join the Navy. I did that. I wanted to be a policeman. I did that. And I wanted to make films. And I worked on an independent film that I was not only a technical advisor, but I was also an actor in the film. And it was premiered at the Park Ridge Theater, the Pickwick in Park Ridge, with a red carpet about 10 years ago. You're familiar with that? Yeah. It was a beautiful event. It was nice. It was a small independent film. The actor and football player Fred Williamson was in it. Martin Sheen's brother was in it. Estevez, I can't remember his first name. He sat next to me too. I didn't have a scene with him, but he was in the film. It was a very interesting film. It was released for a short time. It's not on DVD yet. But my point is, everything that I wrote down that I wanted to do in life, I've done. And now I'm continuing my escapades into talk radio. And it's nice to have you on. And I'm glad you did this. A lot of people have, how can I say, aspirations to be writers or musicians, and they just don't follow through. And you follow through on everything. Mm-hmm. So that's a very interesting concept on this book. I like to bring in authors, and I brought in several, Matthew, as you know.
Oh, yeah.
That have books out that are not on the New York Times bestseller list to not only get the word out about their products, because you could have the best product in the world, but if people don't read it or pick it up, they just are missing it.
Exactly.
You know, how much time we got left before we go break?
40 seconds.
40 seconds. Stay with us after this commercial break. I am here with the lovely and talented Kelly Tansor, author and musician. We will continue the discussion. Phone lines are open. If you got any questions about music or her book, or let's see what we can answer, just jump in on the calls. We'll be right back on
.com. The new novel, titled DUI Jury Trial, is the true story of two lawyers who defend a truck driver who is charged with DUI. If he's convicted, this truck driver faces a lifetime disqualification of his commercial driver's license, which would prevent him from ever driving a truck again. This 3-year legal battle culminates in a courtroom showdown, which involves the testimony of a DUI expert witness. This book, DUI Jury Trial, is now available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com.
Are you looking for a way to be creative right now? Have you ever wanted to learn to watercolor paint? You can now do that from the comfort of your own home with Zoom watercolor classes. Get professional instruction from nationally showing artist Victoria Elizabeth. These classes are step-by-step, broken down with easy-to-understand instructions. They are affordable too, at $15 for a 2-hour class. Visit her website at victoriaelizabethart.com to find out more. That's victoriaelizabethart.com.
Welcome back to Life Experiences with William Pelarenos. This is the bottom half of our hour here. We have the lovely Kelly Tansor, who is a talented musician and an author of the book Disappear. It's on Amazon.com right now. I ordered a copy for myself, and Matthew's putting it on Amazon. There you go. What's the current going price in there, Matthew?
It looks like it's $7.99 for paperback, $2.99 for Kindle.
For Kindle. Okay, I bought the paperback for $7.99, and I'm glad I did. I read the first story as we were talking in our first half of this program. It's about her characters are adolescents, but the effects that they're going through with either sleep apnea or eating disorders, adults have faced these types of issues too. It's very interesting. Kelly was telling us about a couple of them. So as we were talking about, of course, we talked about the sleep disorder and the eating disorder. Now we talked about the freshman trying to decide where he's going to go in life, which really reminds me of dealing with my career counselor in high school. One of your stories about panic attacks, huh?
Yeah, it kind of walks you through what their experience was like, what led up to it, what her feelings were like. I say her. It doesn't say whether or not it's a girl or a boy or anything. I wanted to just focus on like what this person's experience was like and what was going through their head when it happened, after it happened, so things like that. That's interesting.
And of course, you have a nice chapter on red flags to be aware of when dating. Your protagonist is a female or a male in this?
It's a female dating a male who's just riddled with red flags.
And she doesn't see the red flags that the relationship can be dangerous?
Not really. And like the red flag she does see, she kind of tries to interpret it as like actually a good thing. Maybe this is actually a green flag. And meanwhile, her friends are like, no, girl, you got to dump this guy.
Okay. You also have a chapter. This is very important. I know people that have gone through a grief period. You also have a chapter on somebody grieving.
Yeah, there's a sudden loss in the family, and she's trying to grapple with that.
And of course, one chapter, parasocial relationships.
Right, so that one was an interesting one to write. At first, it was me venting about how a lot of these younger kids these days have these fandoms where they worship a given artist, celebrity, actress, what have you. But then it kind of morphed into this commentary on how parasocial a lot of these relationships are, and how some people feel very entitled to certain information about celebrities, and like they want to know everything about their lives, and again they feel entitled to that. And I just kind of felt like that's kind of growing more and more in this day and age.
It's very interesting, very interesting. I bought the book, as I said, the first half of the program. I got through the first few chapters, which deal with the sleep disorder issue of the young lady. I know one 40-year-old man that's gone through these sleep disorder problems. So this can happen to anyone at any age. Of course, grief, panic attacks, issues like this, not only mental health issues, but health issues too, and they can lead to health issues. Mm-hmm. I'm glad you put these stories together. The book is, there it is, Disappear by Kelly Tansor, Tansor. And if you were listening to the first half, she's a talented musician that actually plays at restaurants and bars, and she's played at one restaurant that I have attended several times, Tony D's on North Avenue in Elmwood Park. You've got about 9 restaurants and bars here on this list that I can see. And you play the piano, the ukulele, and harmonicas. And in the first half, you showed us 7 different harmonicas for different keys to play. Mm-hmm. So put that up.
Yeah.
So if you're just joining us, we're catching up. Well, she's one harmonica shy now. She's got it.
There we go.
Sorry, just teasing. Okay, she does a good job here. I was asking her, when you're playing all these late night bars, did you ever see anything bizarre? And you told me at one, there's either happy drunks or mean drunks or sleeping drunks.
Yeah.
And one of them, the bar turned into a big sing-along.
Yeah, so I was playing this place out in Wrigleyville. I can't remember the name, but it was for a man's, I want to say 60th birthday. And, I'm just background music. I'm not the star of the show. I get that. By hour 2 or 3, it's late in the night. It's a Friday or Saturday night. Everyone's feeling really good, and everyone is, for lack of a better term, drunk. And that's when we decided to play Don't Stop Believin'. And very soon it turned into a whole big sing-along of all these drunk 60 and 70-year-olds just singing along to Journey. And, of course, I nailed the solo, which I was very proud of. And then just everyone in the house was singing along with this. It was so fun.
That's a good song, and it turned into a giant karaoke party. Huh?
Yep.
Once the song ended, that was it? They were done for the night?
No, we just kept on going with more crowd pleaser, high energy, fun songs, and the sing-along just kept going for the rest of I think it was like one last hour we were there, so.
That's very good. That's very good. It's a funny story you told me during the break. You were playing at one bar, and they didn't care for the music you were playing, so they asked you to stop. Is that true?
Basically, I let them know ahead of time, these are the kinds of songs and artists I play, and I agreed to 2 or 3 hours to play there. And after the first hour, they told me, you can go home. We don't want you to play the rest of the hours. I'm like, well, what music do you want to hear? And they just said, not this.
Don't you give them a list, like we have a list here?
Yep.
And you give them a list of all the songs you're willing to play?
The artists, yep.
So they know you're playing from jazz to rock and roll to, you got a few country songs in here, right?
Pop, rock, country, from today, from decades ago. So.
What was the miscommunication? Did you ever find out?
Not really, no. They didn't really give me any guidance.
Really? When you go in on these places, of course, you have to set up all your musical instruments. Do you actually lug a piano, or you need a piano being there?
It'd be nice to have a piano there, but most often they don't have one, so I just have to bring my own keyboard.
Oh, you bring a keyboard?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's fantastic. When did you start to play the piano? When you were very young?
Say like around 7 or so.
Really? That's incredible. Over 23 years of playing, huh?
Yeah, I'm 33 now, so
25.
yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's a quarter of a century of playing the piano. She's very talented. There's some YouTube videos I saw that were videotaped while you were at one of these bars, and she's still playing, correct? Mm-hmm. So, if anybody there wants to reach out for her, she's on LinkedIn, Kelly Tansor, Tansor, or Facebook. What's your Facebook page?
Kelly Tansor Music.
And you also have some Instagram, right?
Yeah, that's just, I believe my name, Kelly Tansor. I think we had a picture of it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll jump on the pictures.
Thank you.
There she goes. Kelly Tansor Music, Kelly. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there she is. And there's her book. I really like this book. And you know what I'm going to do?
Mm-hmm.
I'm picking up 2 more copies because I got people with birthdays coming on, females.
Oh, nice.
And I'm going to give them, they're not young adolescents.
Yeah.
They're older ladies, but this is such an easy read, your book, Disappear, that I'm going to just give it as gifts to them.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem, because like I said, you have a great product. We just got to get the message out about your book and your talented musical skills where you're playing at clubs. The next time you're playing at a club, let us know, and we'll let the viewers know. So if they're in the area, they could jump in and come listen to you. Because I'd like to hear some of the songs you play, especially, and we went through a partial list here. I know you played Bob Seger.
Yep.
I'm a big Bob Seger fan. Mm-hmm. You play old time rock and roll. You also play the Eagles, Hotel California. Hey, do you remember? You know what I'm going to say, right?
What?
Big Lebowski, where he was in the cab and they were playing the Hotel California, the Eagle, and going, man, not tonight.
I hate the Eagles, man.
You've seen that too?
Yes.
Oh, no. And the guy gets mad, kicks him out of the cab on the highway, just leaves him. We get off track here, but if you have not seen The Big Lebowski, you got to check it out. It's all character driven and it's insane. Jeff Bridges and John Goodman, Ben Gazzara. It's a really, really great film. It's one of those films, it's like books. People don't realize what a good film it is because it died at the box office. But it became an afterlife on video once word of mouth got around. And that's why I bring a lot of authors on this show. It has to be word of mouth. You could have the best book out there, but if people don't know to read it, and this has happened to authors in their lifetimes, if you're familiar with F. Scott Fitzgerald's Great Gatsby, that book was a failure.
Oh, really?
After his death, the book got republished and during World War II, it got sent to soldiers to read out on the battlefields and where they were stationed in the Pacific and in Europe. In the soldiers, it became so popular among the soldiers that they were passing the book around, and they became a big hit. And of course, several versions of the film have been made. In the 70s, Robert Redford played Gatsby, and just about 15 years ago, Leonardo DiCaprio, I believe, played Gatsby. Am I correct? It was DiCaprio, and I didn't see that version, but I saw the Redford version from the 70s. But that story took a long time to become popular, The Great Gatsby, that book. So it has to take word of mouth, and that's why we bring authors on this show. Is there anything else you want to tell us about the book as we're moving on?
I'll just say, hope that if you are interested, you'll consider picking up a copy, if not for yourself, if maybe for the young teen in your life, or like Bill said, the maybe not so teen ladies in your life. So,
all right. So while we're doing book plugs, I have to plug my own book here, DUI Jury Trial. It's been selling nicely, and I'm getting good reviews on Amazon as well as Barnes & Noble. It's actually selling better on Barnes & Noble, but if you want to go on Amazon, they actually currently discounted the hardcover price. Pop over to hardcover. They actually discounted it by 51%, $25 for the hardcover. I was amazed, and that's selling nicely, and I'm getting really good reviews. I like the reviews. And it's for anybody, not just lawyers and policemen, but anybody. It's a novelization of a jury trial that took place that I actually testify as an expert witness in. And my other book, DUIs Decoded, is geared towards policemen that handle DUI cases, that make DUI arrests. The field sobriety tests are in there. That's actually geared towards street cops. So they make great gifts, along with Kelly's book, which we have here. If you know your audience, yeah, there we go. Simulcast that, baby. There you go. And so if you know your audience, these are good books, especially with the birthdays and holidays coming up to give. And they're all on Amazon. Your book's still on Amazon, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. She's still on Amazon. That's good to go. Let's talk about some other stops. When you're making, how can I say, when you're setting up, how long does it take you to prep for the evening's musical entertainment?
Well, I always think ahead of time of what songs I want to play and also what order I want to go in. Like, I don't want to start off with something sad and depressing, you know, want to keep the energy up as much as I can. And also try and save my voice, too. So that takes some time. And then make sure I kind of practice everything beforehand so everything's fresh in my head so I don't forget anything. And always show up early enough to get everything set up, maybe get myself a snack before I go on. So...
You know, that's very important. Everything has to be fresh in your head.
Yeah.
I try to always prep before the show. Sometimes I meet with the guest before the airing, and sometimes right before the airing. Like, she came 10 minutes before showtime, and we take a few key notes of key points we want to make. But a lot of times, I mean to say stuff. If you don't jot it down and you forget it, it's never out there, and you got to get it out there. It's very important to get your key points out there of any type of broadcast that you do or testimony in court, you know. So with that being said, Matthew, are our phone lines open?
They are 847-931-1410. We actually have a caller.
Yeah, go. Why didn't you tell me?
He just got on the air.
Go ahead.
Hey, what's going on? I love this program. I love what you guys are doing, and that's it. Keep it up. And if I was going to play a song right now, with the way my attitude is Highway to the Danger Zone, Top Gun.
That's a good
The
one.
Danger Zone from Top Gun?
Yeah, because the way things are nowadays, it's like you walk out of your house anymore, it's like you're taking your own life into your own hands. And, we got people killing people because they don't like something. You got road rages all over the place. I don't know, man. This country is flipped upside down at its head. I don't get it. I think people need to get off the internet.
You know what?
Do you guys think?
You make a good point. And there is a lot of road rage cases out there. I put a lot of miles in car because I very dislike flying. And not only Illinois, I've seen crazy stuff heading through Ohio, heading to West Virginia. People don't realize there's human beings in the car. They see the car as a culprit. Somebody cuts into their lane. They see the car as a car. They don't understand there's humans in that vehicle. And if there's a collision, there's a lot of damage. And I don't want to get too off track, but you make a good point here.
Yeah, I'd like to read the book. I'm in the process of writing my own version about the psyche of human beings because, it intrigues me what's going on. So I decided to write a book, and I'm just learning. I've got a group I'm with, so it's kind of interesting. And I type you guys. This is Jeff and Jeff Trains World, so I'm always, texting. I'm a loyal listener to the station for at least 25 years, so. But anyway, I'm glad you guys are on there and keep up the good work and always awesome topics. And thanks for putting me on there. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. And listen, you make a good point of being with the writers group. That's how I met Kelly. I forgot to tell that. I'm part of, I was getting these invitations for writers groups downtown, and I really didn't want to go downtown. I really don't like going east of Cicero Avenue. So I found the local library at a Pen and Ink writers group, and that's when I met Kelly. And I saw her at several. She reads her essays. We all have a little structure of what we write. But I did not know until we had an open house about her writing this book. And she told me she brought a bunch of books with her. And I said, let me get it off Amazon so I can write a review, and I will write a review for you. But yes, it's good to be with a writers group like me and Kelly are. Yes, you're doing a good thing there.
Oh, he already dropped.
Oh, you already hung up?
No, he already did. Not me.
Oh, you hung up?
Yeah.
Sir, can you please call back 1-847?
But yeah, the writers groups, they're very like motivating in that sense. Not only do you get feedback, but it also kind of like lights a fire under you that like, oh, I actually enjoy doing this. I want to do this more, you know?
Yes, and everybody has a different take. And the way this writers group works, they have a key word or key phrase. And when I first joined back, I think April or May, the key word was butterfly. That was the first essay or poem or whatever you want to write that it was based on. The only limit is it's 1,000 words, I believe. Yeah, because you don't want somebody reading 20 pages while everybody's sitting there trying to give critique of it.
We got stuff to do. Come on.
Yeah, it's got to move along nicely. Mine are always very short. I write differently. I can't write some of these guys write science fiction, fantasy. More power to them. I couldn't write something like that. I just don't have that concept for that. So I always compliment them. It isn't for me to say what's not good. Everybody has a different flavor. Just like if you're going to a yogurt store, Oh, we got a caller.
I'm back again.
Oh, you listened to me just say call back.
Well, I listen to you guys. Okay, I have a couple of different ways I'm going with this because I'm an ex-wildland firefighter, and nobody's come out with a good movie on it. They had the one with the, and I forget the name of the guy.
Backdraft.
It was
Backdraft.
No, Backdraft. Well, that was a good one too, but that's old. This one was fairly recent. It was about the Prescott hotshots who passed away. I was working that stuff that I was working for the Forest Service at the time that happened. I was going to call the book name was Boots on the Ground. I might change it because the boots on the ground are kind of referring with me. I talk to Dennis about this all the time too, about how, not to complain if you haven't worn those boots, those people's shoes, basically, or shoes on the ground would be better one. But my problem with writing a book is because I'm trying to make it more through my eyes, not Hollywoodish or anything, through what I did for 10 or 12 years with the Forest Service, through my eyes, not add anything to it that's Hollywoodish. You know what I'm saying? And
yes, the thing, listen, you're right on the thing. Listen, I learned many years ago about writing. Here's the key to writing. You write what you know. You were a firefighter, write your firefighting stories. Just write the stories and then it'll blossom out. Am I right, Kelly?
Absolutely.
You begin from the center and you work your way out. Don't try to put everything structured. This is chapter 1. This is how I do it. I mean, everybody's get different. You start from your characters or your storyline and it just blossoms out. And it just works. And once you get to the publication phase, you're going to have editors and proofreaders go through it, and they'll help you put it together. So don't think what you wrote is done. It's never done. It takes another 3 months before it's ready to go out to publication to the shelves. There's a process.
I don't even care if it gets published. And my thing is, I like to tell small stories about my life and about not so much, but it would be kind of like, okay, I don't know if I could do a full, 500 pages or something. It would have to be something, it would be like...
All right, on that thought, I got the solution for you. If you're game, you can come be a guest on my show. Please feel free to come on. When we finish the show in about, 30 seconds?
1 minute.
1 minute. Listen, hang on, give Manti your contact information. You are more than welcome to be on my show. Just come on. You can tell your stories just like I'll prep you just like we do Kathy. What are the important stories we got to get out? Let's get the people to know what's happening when you're performing. We'll let them know what you did as a firefighter. I've had policemen on this show. I've had lawyers. I've had doctors. Please come on. Are you game?
Yeah, sure. I'd be glad to.
All right, hang on, because we're leaving. Follow me on Pelarenos Police Project on Facebook, and Kelly's book is on Amazon.com. Thank you, Kelly, for being here.
Thank you for having me.